Hello, good evening everyone. I welcome you all back to day 5 of Data Science Essentials program. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so before starting today's session, let's revise yesterday's topics we learned. Okay, so yesterday we saw introduction to SQL and MySQL. Also, we saw the implementation of MySQL live. Then we implemented few commands in it. Then we learned AWS and its methods like EC2 and S3. Then we did an implementation on Tableau. Okay, that's it from yesterday. We can start our session now. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Shivani, and good evening, everybody. So today we will see a little bit different, like not an overview. We will see a Python or some basic Python. We will see, and you people just observe, okay, whatever I'm teaching, and you people are having some quizzes also in between. I hope you people will enjoy this session, Python session. So without any ado, actually, I will just go to presentation, and from there we will start. And every 5 to 10 minutes, I will give a small break to take question, okay, if you are having any questions. So can you people see my screen now? Can you people
Not
see
yet,
it?
sir.
Oh, sorry. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Yeah. So, guys, today's agenda introduction to Python, and we will discuss about identifiers, types, variables, and operators. This is what the total agenda. So it looks very small, but we are having a lot of content to go ahead. So first one, introduction to Python. So I have already told it is very high demand programming, high level programming language in present scenario. So you may be having something like Java first, and, then Python. But if I wanted to just check, okay, here go ahead and check. Uh, so highest demand. Okay, so instead of demand, jobs I will put as programming languages. So we will see. So which one comes first? Yeah, it comes JavaScript because it is used in the web development. Then we are having something like Java. Then third position it is Python. But if you see different sites, actually you will be getting different programming language is best. But coming to data science, okay, obviously, undoubtedly, it is Python. Okay, Python is a very good language for data science, and you people are having a lot of jobs also on Python. So that is how we can give a small introduction to Python. Okay, it is very high demand job and it is very easy to learn. Okay, this is what we have seen, and now we will go into the Python and we will see how we have to code and a few basics. So the first one is basics of Python, and we will start with printing hello world. Okay, that is where actually I will be starting my Python. So now what I do is I will switch off my camera. Okay, that would be better. So I will just just stop, and then now I will go ahead. So here we will start writing our code. Hello world. So go ahead. So I have a couple of things here. First one, types, keywords, identifiers. But before we go there, okay, we will start something like I will restart it, kernel, clear all output. Okay, fine now. So I will make a little bit big. Okay. So start now with new one. So I will keep this one, Control C, put it here, Control V. So like all others, we will start. Okay, I will insert a couple of things here. So first we will start with print. So I just wanted to print. Okay, then I will put hello. or LD. So go ahead and print it. So now we have followed all the conventions, like everybody starts with hello world. So even I start also with hello, right? So there is no point in discussing. So now we will go for operate, identify. So what is identifier? Okay, go ahead and make a little bit big. So identifier. So identifier, it is a name, okay, that used to identify a program element. So what is program element? It can be anything like a variable or a function name or method or a class name. So right now, you people may not be understanding what is function name, method name, or if you people know some other programming languages, you people may be knowing what is a function name and method name and class name. But right now, all people may be knowing what is a variable, right? So a variable name, it is nothing but a identifier. Means we will be identifying that particular variable with a name. Like I have a name like Shravan, it is nothing but my identifier, right? So people can identify me by saying Shravan, or whenever people say Shravan, okay, it is. So coming to here for Python, what are the rules for the identifier? So it can be whatever may be the length of this particular identifier, but few rules are there. Okay, it should contain letters, numbers, and underscores. It cannot contain anything other than that, and it should not contain special character, and it should not begin with not begin. Okay, begin with numbers, right? So these are all the rules for this particular identifier. So now what we'll do is we will see a few things like what is a valid and what is invalid. Okay, name. So if you see here, all letters are there, so it is valid. Here it is letters are here, letters and underscore and some numbers. Yeah, I think this is also valid. This is also valid. All other. But if something is starting with 5, it is a number, okay, then it is not a valid one. And suppose if I'm having a space, even space is also consider it as a special character. So this is also not identified. And hyphen, and we are having something like a ampersand, it is a special character, and it is like a slash, this is also special character. So these cannot be used as our identifier. So it is not only for variable names, even for the function names, as well as it is for the class name. So what we will do is quickly we will jump into Python code. Okay, I will just open a Python code here. So it is identifier. So now what I do, I take out this. So go ahead. Sorry. Okay. So what I do first, I'm just giving a name. It is India. So go ahead. And I wanted to see what it is. Yeah, it is India. There is no issue. Whenever I run this particular code, actually, I do not have any issue. But this is the Jupyter notebook. In the Jupyter notebook, we will be running or compiling a code by pressing Control or Shift Enter to go to the next cell. Means compile and go for the next cell. Otherwise, if you press Control Enter, then it is simply on that cell itself. So now, actually, I have created a variable. It is name and it contains India, right? And I wanted to see what is inside it. Okay, it is India once again. But suppose if I wanted to have marks underscore 2, and yeah, it is running fine. And if I wanted to say, yeah, it is it. And I have something like marks, yeah, then I wanted to see what is there in marks. Marks, then, yeah, fine, it is having, I have an employee name, okay, I have assigned it as Vivek, okay, and I wanted to see what is, yeah, I will just take this particular one, Control C, no, Control Z, Control Z, so Control C, and I wanted to check what is inside it. So you see it is having the same thing actually EMP name, but the only one difference is actually here I have a capital E and here I have small e. It is a case sensitive, so we will see even that also. So I'm just going to execute it, and after that I wanted to check what is inside it. Control C, and I wanted to put that Control V. See here. So EMP name, it is having the capital, so it is Vivek it contains, and with the small it contains Sundar, right? So it is a case sensitive, and we have seen what are the valid ones, right? So these are all the valid identifiers. But suppose if I wanted to see something like invalid, so I put number in the front, okay? 5 name equivalent to Ravi. So I will just go ahead and run this. So it says, yeah, you cannot have it as a syntax error, invalid syntax. So you cannot hold Ravi into this particular variable name or identifier. Okay. The same thing, I'm giving a space in it. Okay, mark space student, and I wanted to execute it. It says once again invalid, right? So the same thing, if I give the hyphen, okay, it says the same thing, cannot assign operator. So it is nothing but operator. So this is nothing but your operator. So it thinks like marks minus student is equal to 60. And you do not have anything like marks I do not have, and the students, and I cannot even assign also, because this particular one cannot even assign. And I have something like ampersand at the end, and I have slash in the middle. Now you see, actually people cannot do it, right? So is it clear for you people? What is identifier, and what are all valid and what are all invalid? Do you people understand now? Please write it in chart.
Write yes or no in chat. Guys, if you don't understand, write no or otherwise write yes so we can move on. Okay, yes, sir, they understand it. We can continue.
Yeah, so I will go back to presentation once again. Okay, so there is something like is identifier. It is a method we can use to check whether we can really use this as my variable name or identifier. So I'm going back once again here. So marks 2, I will just use. Actually, we know that this particular one can be as an identifier, but I'm using a method is identifier. Means whether it is identifier, I can use it as identifier or not. Okay, I will just go ahead and uh, execute it. It says true. Means I can use this, right? But suppose file name, I know that it cannot be, but I will just check. Okay, what happens? Now you see it is false. I cannot use it. So this is another way of checking it whether we are really we can use it as an identifier. But very simple. So I have given all the rules here. Very simple rules. Uh, I will go back here. So how many rules you are having? It can be any length and it can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. It should not contain special characters, including spaces, and you should not begin. Okay, begin with numbers. So if you follow these four, okay, then I think there is no point in using a function or method to get it. But there is a function, okay, which you people can use it, right? So this is as simple as that. Now it is a case sensitive, as I told you. So marks I'm giving it is 56. Okay, so it is coming as 56, and small m with mark it is 65. People can see both are different. Okay, if I try to get it, okay, marks here, so you will be getting 56, and the small marks, okay, it is getting it as 65. And whether marks and marks, whether these both are same, says it is false because these are containing a different values. Okay, so it is as simple as that. Okay, so we have seen now what is identifier, what are the rules, and we have done some practicals in Jupyter Notebook, and we are very clear. And whatever we have learned and whatever we are doing, actually they are exactly same. Okay, we do not have any questions on it. So I'm just moving forward in my presentation. So identifier we have seen. Okay, next one we will say something like keywords. Okay, there are a few keywords we are having. Okay, these should not be used as our identifiers. Okay, so this list of keywords we can get it even in Python, but I have just pasted here in the presentation so that it is for your reference. So you cannot be using this as your identifiers. Okay, there is a problem with identifiers, right? So we cannot use it as identifier. So I will go back here. So I will take built-in functions and keywords. Now, if you see, okay, we'll run this clear. Okay, restart. So here, what happens is I take keywords. Okay, help, and you just put keywords in Python and run this particular code. So it says here is a list of Python keywords. Enter any keyword to get the help. Okay, so you people can enter anything actually so that you people can get a help. So what I do now, I will just go ahead and put false. Okay, so FALSE. So false, if I just keep it, actually, it says actually it is once again it is false. And getting help, actually this will work out in Python shell, not in Jupyter. So actually, this particular one is enter any keyword to get help. This will not work in the Jupyter notebook, but if you are working on the Python shell, definitely it is yes. Okay, definitely it is yes. But we will see that later. Okay, that we will see later. Right now, what we will do is I cannot use this as my uh, identifiers. Okay, so what I do is just I will go ahead and I will just make false. Okay, and I will just make it as right as, so I will just make it as false is equal to 5. Okay, so I wanted to use this as an identifier, so go ahead and run it. So what it says, cannot assign to a keyword, because it is a keyword. You cannot go and assign something, means you cannot use this particular one as your identifier or variable name, so anything. So variable name, it is a subset of identifier, so you cannot use this as the identifier. The same thing, actually, you see any of the words, so we will pick something like if. Okay, so go ahead and take if. So I will just make if equivalent to, okay, make it something like shrub. Okay, I wanted to put my name and go and execute it. So it will say it's invalid sentence. Okay, you cannot use this. So the same thing, it is like a class. So it is same invalid keyword, and if it is import, okay, this is also invalid. But what you people should understand here is actually in Python, in Jupyter. So suppose if I'm just entering, okay, any of the keyword, okay, just I will take break. So BREA. So till here actually it is in the black, right? So the color is black and the it is not bold. But if I keep K, now you see it is becoming green and bold. That means actually it is a keyword. Okay, it is a keyword. Actually, this interpreter itself, or yeah, not interpreter, this ID itself, it says that okay, this is not a proper identifier. You cannot use it because it is in the green color, right? So it is in the green color, so I cannot be using that. But suppose if I just take out one letter away, so it is in the black color. Now I will just go ahead and assign something BREA. Then okay, so now it is acceptable, and I wanted to print it. Okay, so go ahead and see that. So this is a simple logic. Okay, as soon as it is turning into green, people should not be using that as work keyword. Okay, so is it clear now for you people? I'm just giving another 2 to 3 minutes to discuss. Okay, is it clear for you people? Is it clear?
Is it clear till now? Or any questions?
Keyboards.
Okay, so we can continue. It's clear.
Yeah. So next one we will see something like built-in functions or names. Okay. So what is built-in function? So I will just take print. It is a built-in function. So what I do now, I'm just using print. Okay, I will just go ahead and print. Okay, execute it. Okay, it is a function inside. Okay, this particular one, it is a function inside your main. Okay, and I wanted to go for a little bit ahead, and I wanted to take what is the type of it. Okay, this we will be discussing. Okay, what is the type? Actually, we'll be discussing a little bit later. So I will just go ahead and print it. So it is a built-in function or method. Can you people see here? This is a built-in function or method. So this one, you should not be using it, but it will allow. But right now, what has happened actually, keywords, it is not at all allowing, right? So class, if I wanted to use as my uh, identifier, it is not allowing, right? It says that it is invalid syntax. Okay, but suppose if I'm using the built-in functions or names, it will not restrict us, but it is not a good practice to use. Okay, that is what I can say. And now I wanted to see what is the length. Okay, length, it is a function, right? It is a function, and if I just wanted to check it, what is the type of it? Okay, so type, go ahead and put len. Okay, so it is built-in function or method. So this is also built-in function or method. So I should not be in a position to use it. Okay, I should not be. Suppose int is there. Okay, then I will just print. I will be getting once again int. Then I wanted to check what is the type. Actually, it will give once again type because int is a type. So I will just go ahead and put int. Yeah. So it is another type. That means actually it is a class, right? So it is another type. Okay, it is a type. So now if you see here, so few things actually people might have already observed it. Here, whenever I go for keywords, it is green and bold. But whenever I go for built-in names or functions, it is green but not bold. Okay. So now suppose if I take out T from here, it is black. But if I put it T, it will become green. That means actually it is a built-in name or function. So what we will do is we should not be using it. Okay, that is what I'm telling. But suppose, yeah, I wanted to use it. Okay, so by mistake, I just wanted to use it. Okay, so go ahead. What I'm doing now, print. Okay, and I will assign this to something like USA. So USA. This is what I'm just assigning. Okay. Now I will just go ahead and run it. Now you see why we are using print generally. Print we will be using it for printing something, right? So now I will just go ahead and write print. Okay. Then I wanted to print something like hello world once again. Okay. Hello and world. So now I wanted to print this. What has happened? You have overwritten your print, right? So print actually it is having some purpose. It is having some purpose in the Python, but you have override that. Okay, you have override that with another one. It is like a USA. Now you see it is a string object and is not callable. It is not callable. That means actually you have killed the actual purpose of the print function and you have assigned some. So it will cause a very negative effect, or I think very bad effect on your code. If somebody is taking something, he may not be knowing print, you have assigned something like USA, and this code will not be working. Suppose if you are working in a team, so then what happens actually? People say that your code is not up to the standard. Actually, it is not up to the standard. You are having some standards to write a Python code, so you are not following that standard. So it will be giving a lot of problems whenever you're working on it, right? But suppose if I wanted to take out this one, what I should be doing? Okay, suppose if I wanted to take out this one, so what I should be doing? So first one is nothing but I just go ahead and kill my kernel. Okay, I will be just go ahead and I wanted to restart. Okay, so I just wanted to restart my kernel. So go ahead and restart it. Okay,
Sir, there is
now,
a question.
yeah.
Like, what is difference between identifier and variable?
Yeah, you see, identifier is also variable name. Okay, we cannot say it is a variable name, but it is a name. If you are using for the variable, it is a variable name. If you are using for a function, it is a function name. If you are using for a class, it is a class name. So identifier, it can be a name for variable or a function or a class or a method, anything. But variable name, it is a subset. Okay, identifier means you are identifying it. Okay, whether it can be a variable, whether it can be a method, it can be a function, or it can be a class. Okay, so but we haven't gone up to that level, right? What is a method, what is a function, what is a class? We haven't gone up to that level. So right now people may be having some confusion. What is identifier and what is variable name? Okay, variable name, it is a subset of your identifier. Identifier can be anything, variable name or function name or a class name or a function name, anything. But variable name, it is subset because it is a part of it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. And Dinesh is asking, is it possible for a function to be designed by user for particular declaration within a local scope?
Pardon me. Can you please repeat the question?
Should I repeat?
Yeah, please repeat the question.
Okay. Is it possible for a function?
Hmm.
Is it possible for a function to be designed by a user for particular declaration within local scope?
Your voice is breaking, Shivani. I'm unable to understand. Can you please type at least on in the chat so that I can answer?
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Hello. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
sir, it's in our chat.
Yeah, Shivani, is it
Yes, sir,
possible
your
for a
voice was
function?
breaking.
Yeah, actually, internet connection is very good. I'm just checking. Uh, so I, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my internet connection is good actually. So your voice also breaking for me.
Okay, sir.
Just ask.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I can read out the question. Is it possible for a function to be designed by a user for particular declaration within a local scope? See, we are having local and global scope. Okay, how you have to use. Okay, always the scope of the function is local. Okay, and we are having the local function means you can have a function inside a function. Then always it is a local scope. Then it will go for a global scope, and you can have the internally some scope. So right now means if I just go to that, it will be very complicated right now. So whoever has asked actually they are a little bit advanced. So now what we will do is this question we will be taking up whenever we discuss functions and what is the scope of the variable. Okay, local scope and the global scope. Okay, so you can take a global one and you can modify inside it. Okay, and but you cannot be taking the local one into the global. Means you can what is that take that out. Okay, these are all actually we can discuss. It is around 45 minutes of the it is there even in our syllabus. So right now we will not be taking up that because it is confusion for all others. Is it okay?
Okay, sir, we can continue.
Yeah. So now, yeah. So this is what we have seen, right? Now the print it has lost. Now what I did actually, I restarted my kernel. Now I will just go ahead. So now everything is it is afresh. So now I will just go ahead and use print. So go back here. Yeah. So now if I go to here and run it once again, it is working. So this is a way of doing it, but we will see few other things. So I'm just declaring once again. So print is equal to 65. Now if I just wanted to print it, so it is giving an error because already I have declared it as the int. But what I can do is go ahead, okay, and create one more, okay, and I will just make it as a del and I will best make it as print. So what I'm doing actually that variable I wanted to delete it. So now the print variable has been removed. Okay. Now I can use. Now you see. So this is another way. By mistake, suppose if you people have used any of the built-in functions as your identifiers or a variable, and you realized after some time. So instead of just going and restarting the kernel, you people can delete that particular one, right? So I can have deleted this. Now my print function is working properly. So this is how actually we should be using it. It means these are all the best practices. Okay? These are all the best practices, built-in functions, and how we have to use it, and what is the problem whenever you use the built-in function for this particular purpose. So is it clear for you people? Whether we can good to go next topic or any questions?
Okay, any questions till now? Just ask in chat. Okay, sir, no questions. We can continue.
Yeah. So we have seen keywords as well as built-in functions. And now we will see types. Okay. In the type first we will see numbers. And there are few other things like list, tuples, dictionaries, sets, and frozen data. Those we will be discussing later because that requires one more session, entire 1.5 to 2 hours. So what we will be discussing here is int, float, complex numbers, and a little bit about the Boolean string as well as none type. Okay, even strings also we will be discussing later in detail. So first we will start with int. Okay, int actually it can be positive or negative, but there is no fractional part here. And the second one is float. The float, it is positive and negative real numbers, and it is having the fractional part, whether it can be zero after that, or you are having some points of the some numbers after the decimal. And complex numbers, as you people know, it is having an imaginary part. Okay, so what we will do is first we'll just go ahead and see how this particular one will work. It is very interesting. Most of the people may not be understanding how exactly it works. So I have created a small one. Where is it? Operators types. Okay, so this is the type. So I will just go ahead, restart. Okay, so here a is equal to, so I have given purposefully it is an int, and I wanted to check what is the type. Okay, it is int type. And suppose if I'm having a is equal to 5.6 and I wanted to check it, what is the type of it? It is a float, right? And I have something like c is equal to 4 plus 5j, and what I wanted to check it, it is a complex number. And the next one we are having true. So this one I will check it, it is a Boolean operator. And suppose if I'm having the Shravan, then it is a string, right? So up to here, actually, it is very clear. So I don't want to waste your time. But one interesting one is actually there is another type, okay, data type, it is a none. Okay, suppose if I just go ahead and do it, okay, none is nothing but the none type. Okay, this we will be using a lot to validate our code. Okay, suppose if our function is not giving any output, okay, it will become somehow it is a none type. Okay, this is a check actually what will be. So it is a none type. And suppose if I assign a is equal to none, then I wanted to check it. So you people can see it is a. It is very simple, so I don't want to waste your time. But we will see something like a typecasting. So there are two ways actually you can typecast. One is implicit, that means actually you need not to do anything. The program itself it is going to do, and another one is you wanted to do it is explicit. So first one we will see what is implicit. Okay, what is the implicit we will see. Here a is equal to, so it is an int, right? And b is equal to 4, it is also int, and c is equal to 4.0, it is float, right? So you people are all very clear. It is int, and this is also int, and this is float. So I will just go ahead and execute this. Next, b is equal to a plus b. So here if you see a is int and b is int, so I will just go ahead and run it, and you will be getting type of b is equal to int because both are int, right? Suppose if I am using e is equal to a plus c. Okay, a is nothing but it is 2, and c is nothing but 4.2. It is 4.0. It is a float. So if I run this one, I will be getting float because if you see the order, okay, this is a little bit low. Means the order wise actually it is having the low precedence and it is having the high. So means in another way, if I wanted to tell how can I say is a integer can be converted as float, but a float cannot be converted as int. Okay, with having all the values inside it, right? So that is how it is taking a the higher one. Okay, so this is having higher precedence, so it is converting it as float because I'm having one int, another is. And next, if I just go ahead and see a into b, and I try it, so it is once again int. Okay, but suppose if I say b is nothing but what here? Any people tell me? B is nothing but int and a is nothing but int. So I will just go ahead and do g is equal to b by a. Okay, so I will take this one out. Okay, so g is equal to b by a. And suppose if I check, okay, if I just go ahead and check, what is the value of the g here? Anybody can tell me? Number, what is the value? So b is nothing but what? B is nothing but 4 and a is nothing but 2. And when I run this, g is equal to b by a. So what would be the value inside b? Can you people please type in chat? Shivani, any answers we are getting?
Yes, 2. Kashyap is answering 2. Singh is answering 2.
Yeah, but you see here, so if I just go and run it, it is 2.0. It is float. So the rule actually Python before Python 3, actually in Python 2, we will be getting, if both are integer, we will be getting in the division also it is integer. But in Python 3 onwards, they changed it. And even though if you are having both are ints, actually, whenever you perform a division operation, you will be getting it as the float. So that is what actually you are getting, and if people can just check it. There is no point in checking. I will just try it. Okay. So type, and if I just go for G, okay, you will be getting it as a float. Okay, this is what actually people should be remembering. So this is implicit. Okay, it is an implicit casting. But if I go for the explicit, what is explicit means? I wanted to tell okay what I want. Okay, I just wanted to tell what I want. So here A is equal. Okay, once again, if I say, I think before I run this, I think here, so I will just go ahead and run A. So A, and I just run it. It is 2. But what I wanted is I wanted to have this particular one as a float. So H is equal to float A. So it is a typecasting. Now you see it has become 2.0. And H. Okay, what is H actually here? Type of H. So it just go ahead and run it. It is a float. And the C is nothing but what? I think before that, I will just type what is C. Okay. C here. Go ahead and run it. It is 4.0. But I wanted to make it as 8. So go ahead and run it. So I will be getting it as 8. And if I just try to do type, okay, and I put it I, okay, I will be getting it as a int. And few more things I wanted to do it. So I just make it as complex, okay, complex. So, and I will give I itself. Okay, I will just go ahead and give I. Okay, and I will store once again this into ij, right? So I will be storing it into j, and I wanted to print j. So go ahead and say. Now it says actually in I am having 4, but I wanted to convert it as a complex number. It is taking 4 plus zeros. So this is how actually people can do it. Even if people can go ahead and do it as a string also. Suppose I have something like this one, right? J. So I will just make str and I will make it as j. And this particular one, I think I will directly run it. Now you see, this becomes string. So it is no more a complex number. It is a string. Okay. So suppose if you wanted to put it, what is the type of it? Okay, what is the type of this particular one? So it says it is string. Okay, so this is how actually people can do the implicit as well as explicit type testing. Any questions till now?
So Kashyap is asking why type of integer is equal to type. Please explain once.
Uh, Actually, int is nothing but what? See, if I say int, okay, it is a type of your data type, right?
So I have write the question in our chat. Would you just look at it?
Yeah. No, no, I got your question. Okay, so see, type of int, it is one of the types, right? It is a int is a type. Can you people get it? See, int it is a type of your data. That is why you are getting it as an int. Suppose, just imagine. Okay, I think this explains very nicely. So if I keep 5, okay, and I keep 2, okay, what I will be getting? Go ahead and write it is an int because this particular one it is an int type. But what I'm doing actually, this int, okay, this int itself it is a type. Okay, it is an int type. That's why you will be getting it as a type.
Yes, sir. It is clear now.
Yeah. So any other questions?
No, sir. We can continue.
So we have seen this one, right? So first we will go for a little bit on variables. Identifiers we have seen. Okay, basics also we have seen. Now complex numbers, booleans. Okay.
So what is complex? Ravi is asking.
Complex number, it is a basic mathematics. Okay, this course is not for what is a complex numbers. Okay, we will not explain what is complex number because it is having a imaginary portion. Okay, a number with the imaginary portion is called as a complex number. So I say that it is not a mathematics class. So that is a base minimum. We should understand what is a complex number.
Okay, so we can move on.
Yeah. So there is something like mutable, immutable. Okay, this I will discuss later because this makes our life a little bit complicated right now. Once we go for the lists and sets or all other tuples and everything, it is very easy for us to see what is immutable and what is immutable. And what we can do is it is 10, okay. I will go for a variables. Then we will take a quiz. So see here. This is very interesting topic. This is very interesting topic. So we are going for a variable. So what is variable? So variable is nothing but means we are giving a name, a particular for a object, and we will be referring that, right? We will be referring with that. So just I will go ahead and I will explain what is variable. So I will open what is a variable here. So this is nothing but my variable. Okay. So I will insert few cells. Okay, and I will take this one, control X, and I will put it control. Suppose if I wanted to have a number, okay, right now we are only dealing with the numbers, okay, we are just dealing with the number. So I wanted to have a name for it, right? So I'm just taking something like num1, and I'm assigning this to something like 6, okay. And now what happens actually, I will just go ahead and run it, and I wanted to check what is there in the num. Okay, so I'm having 6, right? So this is nothing but actually it is like a placeholder or a object, and I'm having a name for it. Okay, just for my reference, actually I'm giving a name for it, and I can extract the same. Okay, I can extract the same. So see here what happens in Python. Okay, what happens in Python is, so you are having something like a object. Okay, so it is an int type. Okay, and so this is nothing but your value, and this is like a int type, and it is having a ID. ID is nothing but it is a memory location. Okay, it is a memory location. So right now what I'm doing is I'm having 5. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to refer it with a first. Okay, so I go back to my code. Okay, I go back to my code. So first thing what I'm doing is I have 5, so I wanted to give a name for that 5, so it is a. So I'm just running. Now I wanted to get what is the value inside. So go ahead and see what is the value inside it. So go ahead. So you'll be getting it as 5. And I wanted to check what is the type of it. Okay, it is an int type, right? So I'm having it. So next what I want to do is I wanted to get ID of it. So I will just go ahead and run it. So I will be getting a ID. So the ID is nothing but 14070 blah blah blah. Okay? It is something like this ID. Next, what I'm doing is I'm just going ahead and I'm just giving b equal to 5. So if you try to see the PPT, so my 5 object it is same, but I wanted to refer with another name. It is with b. Okay, that is what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm doing something like, so I'm having 5 here. It is an object, and I wanted to refer it with. Previously, I have referred with a, but now I wanted to refer it with. So go back to the code, and I'm telling b is equal to 5. Now I wanted to check what is the type of it. It is int, and I wanted to check what is the value inside it. So I will just go ahead and write here. So here it is b is equal to 5 and type is equal uh, int, and I wanted to get the ID of it. So go ahead and see ID. It is 140710698521536. And if I just go back and see ID of this one, it is same, right? So ID of this one, it is same. That means actually these both are referring to the same object. Okay, A and B both are referring to the same object. Okay, suppose if I just go ahead and take the third one. Okay, I will just go ahead and take the third one, and C is equal to 5 once again. So go ahead and take this one type, and I wanted to get the ID. It is exactly the same ID. That means whatever I have showing here. So I'm having an object, and it is an int type, and it is having the location, and all these three they are locating or they are addressing to the same. They are going for the same address and they are picking the values. So it is like a names. Okay, it is having three different names A, B, C. So why we are doing this one is Python. It wanted to make sure that it is a memory efficient. So I don't want to keep three files inside my memory. And whenever somebody is asking, A, I will just go and refer to that, and B, I'm going to refer to something else, and C, I'm going and referring to something else. I don't want to do it. I will be taking the same object, and because both are having these three are having the same value, so I don't want to waste my memory. That is how the Python is going to do. Okay, that's why people can see here. Okay, you people can see here. So it is having three different names but same ID. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear for you people? This is very important. Okay, is it clear for you people? Is it clear?
Okay, so Rakshit is asking what is difference between call by reference and call by value.
Yeah, I think he's going for very advanced. Okay, I don't want to answer right now because we will be discussing that everything actually it is there in the syllabus. It will unnecessarily complicate the situation right now. Okay, for all of this. Okay, so yeah, your question is valid, but it takes another what is it, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, explaining some concepts and everything. But right now we will see actually all this you we will be discussing in our lectures. Okay, by reference and by value. Okay, we will be discussing it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So people who are all having little bit advanced question, right? Okay, we are talking about the basics of the Python. So if you people are having something like what is a global, local, how to define a function, what is a polymorphism, what is inheritance. Okay, these it will take a lot of time, right? It will actually distract all others from whatever we are learning right now. So if you are having anything related to this one, it is welcome and we can go ahead. So here we are having C. Okay, so this is what yeah, I think a few other any other questions.
No, sir, we can continue.
Yeah. So now what I'm doing is I'm just making B is equal to 5.1. So I will just go back here and what I'm doing is B, it is 5.1, it is a float and it is having a different address. Obviously it is a different number, so it is having different address. And what I do is I will just go for C and I will make it as a complex number and it is having a different address. Here I have taken the addresses very randomly, but you will be getting a different address whenever you people run. So what I'm going to do is I'm having B something different and C something different. Okay, go ahead. And now I have B, it is 5.1, so I'm assigning it. And now I wanted to check what is the type of it. It is float, and I wanted to get the ID of it. So now you see it is 176, right? So I think entirely from where it is changing. So it is changing from the first number onwards. Okay, so it is 140. Now it is 190. So you see you are having entirely different one, and it is referring to a different object, right? And now I wanted to check what is C. I wanted to assign to something like 5 plus 3j, and I wanted to go for type of it. It is a complex, and I wanted to check what is the ID of it. See, it is 192 once again, but it is different from where it is different from this 344. Okay, we are having 344 here, and we are having 420, right? So it is different. So that means if you see this particular one, so we are having int here, we are having float here, we are having a complex here. So everything it is different. Now it is having the different locations it is. Okay, so that is what Python is going to do, but it is not always same. Okay, I think that I will show you some exception for this also. It is not always same, but whenever you people are having something like int string, okay, you don't want to waste the time. But if it is a float, actually it will be doing wasting of the time. Okay, it is doing wasting of the memory, or it is having a special purpose. Okay, we will not be going into the architecture why these people have designed in such a way, but we'll just try to understand how the architecture is. Okay, so now I have done this and I have seen what has happened, right? So it is everything, it is having a different name. Now suppose I will go back. Okay, what I do now, I think this is what, right? So now C, I will assign something like a string. Okay, so go back here and C, okay, instead of complex number, now I'm assigning C is equal to India. And now I wanted to check what is the type of it, and now I wanted to check what is the ID of it. So it is also entirely different, right? So it is having up to where 344 it is same, and it is 19038. So now it is totally detached and it is going away. Now what happens in Python is, okay, as soon as this particular element it is not referred anywhere, so there is no reference for this one, it is zero references, so it will go for the garbage collector. Means it don't want to waste that memory, so because nobody is going to refer that, right? It is having a value inside it, but nobody, so it will go out. Means no more actually you are having this particular object in your memory. But once again you are assigning something, then definitely it is okay. So this is what is happening, but we will see another type of it. Okay, so another type is, I will go back once again, I will assign ABC once again equivalent to 5. So I go back here, and now what I'm doing is, A already it is 5, so I will just make B is equal to 5 and C is equal to 5. Okay, then I wanted to check what is the type of ABC. Now what I want to do is, I wanted to check what is ID of these three. Okay, so ID A and ID B and ID C. Now you see it is exactly same, right? So now what I have done actually, at last I have done lot of things, but I came back to once again and assigned everything to the 5. Now you see your ID is same. Okay, so this is what is going to happen in Python. Okay, when you are talking about integers, okay, whenever you are talking about the integers as well as even for the strings, okay, this is what is going to happen. But we will see the other side of it. Okay, we will see other side of it. What is the other side of it? So I will just go ahead and insert few more cells. Okay, now I say x equivalent to 2.3 or 2.5. Okay, now I will just go ahead and run this. Then I will go for ID. Okay, I will go for ID of x. Okay, and go ahead and run it. So it is 192 blah blah blah. It is 152, right? At last. Now I go for y equivalent to 2.5. Okay, and run this, and I will insert few more cells. Okay, now I wanted to get ID of y. Now you see, even though both are same, okay, it is 2.5, even this is also 2.5, but what is happening actually, the architecture in the Python is, whenever you people are having a float number, it will not be allocated. Means it is creating two separate objects. Okay, 2.5 in one location, another 2.5 in another location, and both the times. Okay, whenever I change these both actually, whenever I what is that call x, actually it will go to this particular location and pick that value, and whenever I go for y, it will go to that particular location and it will. Okay, so this is what is happening whenever you are having the float value. So you cannot tell always it is having the memory efficient, it is keeping only one object and it is going to refer. That is true for strings. I think even for the strings it is same, like it is going to refer. So what I do, I will just go for something like E. Okay, and equivalent to India. Okay, and I wanted to get, okay, once again insert few more cells, and F. Okay, and that is also India. Okay, and I wanted to get ID of E. Sorry, ID of E. Okay, and after that I wanted to have ID of F. Okay, so I wanted to check these two. Okay, go ahead, it is 132, and check this is, I think I didn't run this. Okay, now it's see it is 130. So it works for strings, it works for integers, for but floats actually it will not work. Okay, there is a list I will share with you, so wherever it is. So this is what actually people should be understanding, okay, to know the architecture how it is working. So this is what people have to understand. Okay, why I'm explaining this one is, there are some operators, okay, at that time it is very very useful for us. Okay, next, I will go for delete. Okay, so this already we have seen. So suppose if I wanted to delete something, I will just go ahead and put delete and then press it. Now, if I wanted to see what is A, it will no longer exist because I have deleted that particular. Means there is no reference, right? This particular reference actually I have deleted. So is there anything actually you wanted to do it? Yeah. Next one, we are having something like multiple assignment. So x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 10. So means I'm doing multiple. Now if you see what is x, 10, y is equal to 10, and z is equal to 10. Okay. And I can go for it is a pairwise. So I'm having ABC here, three identifiers or variable names and three objects here. So now if I'm telling ABC is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, so it will go for first one to the first one. It is like a position, right? So go ahead and run it, and A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. So this is actually we will be doing this a lot. Okay, this type of assignment we'll be doing a lot in our data science. So is it clear for you people?
Okay, so Girish is asking, is there any memory difference between Python and C for variable allocation?
Memory.
Memory difference between Python and C for variable allocation.
Yeah, I think you see, C it is entirely different. Okay, whenever you people go for a list, right? So it is having a pointer methods. At that time, actually, all these are taken into a single pointer, and even for the variables, right? So you are having what is the memory it is taking for the Python, what is the memory taking it is for the int C. C it is having so many types, right? In int itself, you are having I think some long float. There are so many, but here it is only one integer type. And memory wise, okay, how the architecture is done in C and how the architecture done in the Python, it is entirely different. It is entirely different. Okay, so whenever you people go for the NumPy, right? And I think there is one exercise I will tell you. Uh, Python, whenever you people wanted to do a very complicated calculations, right? It will not perform that better, right? It will not perform that better because uh, the way in which it stored the element inside your RAM, it is entirely different. Okay, it is randomly it is choosing something and it will go ahead and it will allocate it. But coming to the C, what happens is suppose if you take arrays, all they are together. So all array elements they are together. So if it knows one, okay, one position, so remaining all it is just a next step of it. That's why actually you can have in a array what we can say similar data type, because it should go that particular reader, right? It should go to a different position by moving the same distance. So we cannot means your question is valid, but to that answer, uh, Python and C they are entirely different. Okay, they are entirely different, and it is what we can say. Uh, it is very long. What is that way to explain it? Okay, memory wise, how the memory is allocated, how the memory, the way in which it is stored, it is entirely different. Is it fine?
Okay, sir. And someone is asking, in which situations we use complex.
Complex numbers we will not be using in data science. Okay, for sure. Okay, but if you people go to electronics, right? So otherwise, these orbits and everything at that time we will be using the complex numbers. Most of the time in electronics we use the complex numbers. In mechanical, very rarely, but in computer science also people use the complex numbers. But coming to the data science, we will not be using complex numbers. It is just for introduction. Okay, there is another type. It is complex numbers. I have just told. If you people are wanted to concentrate only on data science, actually that is not required. But if you are having any applications in the electronics, right? So in the financial also people will not be using. In electronics as well as few places in chemistry, people use the complex numbers. So you people may be knowing it is j is nothing but square root of -1.
Okay, sir, we can continue.
So can we open first quiz?
Yes, sir, just a minute. I have shared the link. So Ravi is asking which is best IDE for data science.
Yeah, it depends on people. Okay, for freshers, okay, if you are a fresher, go for the Jupyter as well as Spider. Okay, these are all good, but any experienced person, people who are all work in company, so they don't use Jupyter's or Spider or Anaconda distribution. Any one of them, people go for PyCharm or Atom, or even one more is there. uh, I forgot the name. But for you people, okay, if you people wanted to learn it, go for Jupyter. Okay, that would be the better. Okay, you people can see everything down, and even I prefer go for Spider. Spider is also a very good one to use it.
Okay, so Tushar has a question. In
Yeah.
C, we use header files, and in Java, we import some files and package. Why we could not use in Python?
So running it is executing the code. That's what he's asking.
Yes, I have asked him to elaborate his question.
Yeah, yeah. Please
Tushar,
ask him
can
to
you
elaborate.
explain your question? In C, we are using header files, and in Java, we import some files and package. Why we could not use in Python, but use what, Tushar?
No, no. You see, coming to his question, actually, it is a simplified version, right? So you should not be asking question in that way. You should be asking why in C and Java we are having the header files. Why these are all not required? Okay. So coming to here, okay. So your question is valid. So we are having header file without main function. Actually, in C nothing will work, right? The same thing it goes even with the Java. But these IDE, right? So, okay, here you people can run even independent line. Okay, independent line you people can just go ahead and run it. Okay, but if you go to the production environment, it is not nothing like actually people will be running a single line. So you will be keeping something like a main function. Under the main function, you people will be using all the sequence of it. So if I wanted to tell you how it would work is, go ahead. Go ahead. So in the production environment, actually, we will not be running something like A is equal to, and then I wanted to check A. So nobody is going to, right? So you will be having all the functions and you wanted to organize it. Okay. Those organization you will be doing in the main function. So that we will be discussing. Okay. In the production environment, why, how we are using it. Okay. We will be discussing that later. It is easy. Why we are not using instead of that one, actually, you are having the facility to run independently each and every cell, right? Each and every line of the code actually you are having the facility to run it, you people just use it. But whenever you people wanted to write a production level code, generally we will keep in main function. Okay, it is having different advantages. Not only the running in the sequence, it is having different advantages. Like whether you people wanted to uh, call it is like directly running a program, otherwise you are indirectly running a program. So these are all we will be discussing it. Okay, what is the difference between C and Java with respect to Python, and how we have to run it? Okay, we will be discussing it. Around 20 minutes of content it is there. Okay, we will be even discussing that.
Okay, and Tushar is asking what is pros and cons of statically and dynamically typed language.
See, dynamically typed language is like I can change my data type whenever I want, right? So if I'm having something like we have seen, okay. So initially A is nothing but int, and next it is float, next it is string, okay. And statistically means it is like a C programming language, C++, okay, even in Java, I guess, right? There actually I need to explicitly define what is my data type. It is int or it is float or it. So here we are having an advantage as well as a disadvantage. What is the advantage? It is very flexible, right? Python, it is very flexible. But coming to the memory, not memory, whenever you people wanted to run a big program, something, your interpreter or not interpreter, your language may not be knowing actually what is the data type, and it has to always check, okay, what is the type of it. And your memory is not sequential, continuous. Then it is having lot of problem. Okay, it is having lot of problem in doing it. That is the disadvantage. Advantage is very flexible. Disadvantage is, yeah, you are having dynamically typed, so your that language actually it has to look for it. What is the data type? And you are prone to do a lot of errors. Okay, you are prone to do a lot of errors. Okay, I will show you a few things. Okay, so how it says is, suppose if I say A equivalent to 5, okay, and I wanted to say something like B, okay, equivalent to something like mm, and so C equivalent to A plus B. Okay, it is giving unsupported. Okay, I think there is one famous example here. Yeah, it is very clear that these two cannot be. There is one example. Okay, because it is so flexible, it is prone that you can do a lot of mistakes. But in C or statistically programming, you cannot do the mistake. Okay, it will tell whenever you try to assign it at that time itself. It says that you cannot do it. There is one example actually I do not have. So if you run that on C, it will tell while compiling itself, it will say that there is error. But coming to the Python, it will take that error, and really people do not know how to rectify it, and they have to spend lot and lot time to correct it. I will tell you. I think not now. There is one very good example. Okay, why? So I think you may be knowing right now what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage. We cannot exactly say which is better. Okay, it is based on the application.
Okay, so we can continue.
So next one. So now we are having some operators. I think this is last one we will see, and it is a little bit easy. Okay, but few things we need to understand. So we are having some operators. It is plus, minus, multiplication, division, percentage. It is nothing but the modulus, percentage, and then you are having exponential, and there is something like floor division. Okay, so we can see few examples on it. And but what I do is, before I go there, I will just try to explain. Okay, there are some assignment operations. Okay, the assignment operations are nothing but equal to. It is a one of the assignment, and a few things here people can see. Suppose if I wanted to do addition, so the same element, I wanted to do addition, then equivalent to, instead of writing A is equal to A plus 5, so I can just go ahead and do something like plus 6. And the same thing it goes with the minus equivalent to, then multiplication equivalent to, and there are so many things. And coming from and up to this last, right? Actually, this we will be discussing later. Okay, because it will confuse you later little bit, so I don't want to discuss here this thing. So operators, I wanted to go very quickly because it is not that complicated. So go ahead and take operators. So few things I will be doing. So I go ahead and do A equivalent to 2. Okay, then I will not be doing much here. So next I will go ahead and say B equivalent to 3, and then I wanted to do operation. So whatever may be the operation. So A into, not A into, yeah, A into B. So I wanted to get it. So run it this one, I will be getting it as 6. So what is good importance here is actually the sequence. Okay, in what sequence actually it is going to do. That is basic mathematical operation. So most of the people may not be knowing that, but I wanted to explain one second. So suppose if I have something like A into B minus, otherwise A into, not into, A minus B into A. Okay, just imagine. Okay, this is what. So if I'm giving this particular one, so as you people know, multiplication and division, they are having highest precedence, so they will be done first, and after that it is coming to the plus or minus, right? So if I just go ahead and run this one, so I will be getting it as a minus 1, because first what it will do is B into A, it is going to calculate. So it is very simple. So what is A here? A is equal to 2 and 2 is equal to 6. So it is 6, it is coming first, and after that 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 2, right? And in order to avoid the confusion, suppose if you wanted to do A minus B into A, so what you are going to do, actually you have to just go for the parenthesis. So whenever you keep the parenthesis, actually it is having the highest, okay, PR. So go ahead and do, so you will be getting entirely different. So I'm
So
not going, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I think we should zoom in a little.
Uh, is it okay?
Little more, sir.
I do not have any space if I do. Okay, wait a minute.
Sir, zoom the screen, I mean.
Okay, wait a minute. So I do not have any control to do that actually.
Okay, is it visible, everyone? Okay, sir, it is fine now.
Yeah. So we will be using the parenthesis. So this is very basic, but just to complete the syllabus, I'm what is it telling to you. So all you people are means anybody completes 10th standard, right? People knows what is which goes first, right? So this goes first now, and then I'm going to multiply it. Few other things, okay, I wanted to discuss here. So here plus minus I don't want to discuss. So you people may be knowing what is the modulus. Okay, so I will just use the modulus here. So go ahead and take modulus. So first I will take 15, then I go for modulus operator, then I just make it as 2. So I just get the answer, it is 1. Then because that is a remainder, right? Whenever you divide 15 with 2, you will be getting it as 1. And the same thing, suppose if I take 15 and I will go for 3, okay, then I will be getting it as 0 because the remainder is 0. And suppose if I do something like minus 15, then go for modulus operator, and which one I will take? I will take something like 7. Okay. So anybody can give the answer here now. What would be the answer here?
Write your answers in the chat, guys.
Any answers we got it?
Yes, sir, -1.
Yeah, -1. And what about others? Any other answers?
I am getting -1, 0, 0 from Girish.
Yeah, but if you try to see what is the answer here, it is 6. Okay, the first thing what you people have to remember is remainder cannot be negative. Okay, always it is a positive. So what it will do is it try to see what is the nearest, not nearest, lower, nearest lower multiplier or multiple for the 7. Okay, it tries to see. So here it is -15. So if it goes to 7 into -2, it is -14, right? So -14, it is greater than -15. Okay, it has to go for a multiple which is less than -15. So that is nothing but -21. So -15 minus of -21 is nothing but 6. So you will be getting 6 as your remainder. So this is what actually whenever people wanted to do with the negative, right? So this is what actually people have to remember. Okay. So next one, so we are having another operator. So that is exponential, actually people know. And there is something like floor division, right? So that I will explain. So floor division is nothing but suppose if I take 7 and I wanted to go for so double one, and I wanted to go ahead and take 3. Okay, so run this, you will be getting it as 2 because it will just go ahead and try to get it what is the actual answer. So before, what is the actual answer? If I go for the division, 7 divided by 3, so what is the answer? It is 2.33, right? So it will be truncating it. Okay, it is not rounding it off, it is just go ahead and truncating it. Whatever the fractional portion is there, that will be truncated and you will be getting it as 2. And suppose if I just go and take something like 8, okay, so 8 and go for double one and 3. So now also you see people will be getting it as 2. So but if I go for 8 and divided by 2, okay, not 2, 3. So I will be getting answer as 2.66. Even though it is more than 0.5, actually it is not going, right? So if I go for round, okay, so round it is nothing but rounding off, and I will go ahead and put 8 divided by 3. Okay. Now you see, you'll be getting it as 3 because it is more than 0.5, right? So rounding off to the next highest. But if I make it as 7, the same thing, okay, Control C, Control V. So if I'm just making it as this one, so I will be getting it as 2. So round is nothing but if it is less than 0.5, it will go for the lower number, and if it is more than 0.5, it will go for the highest number or the next number. But coming to the floor division, so whenever you are having a floor division, always it will take the downward. Okay, so there is something like seal, but I need to import math. Import math. Okay, so go ahead and run, and there is something like seal or sealing. Okay, I forgot this one. Sorry for that. There is one more function. It is sealing something. So it will take. Okay, leave it. I will just check it. So that will give the seal one. It will give same as the next. And a few other things we need to discuss. Flow division we have seen. Yeah, I think fine. We will see assignment operation. Okay, so this also people may be knowing, but I just wanted to explain. So suppose if I wanted to make sure, okay, so my number is changing in my while loop, my number is changing, okay, every time. So a is equal to otherwise count, and I'm just making sure that it is 0 initially, okay, and now I wanted to increment. So count equivalent to count plus 1, okay. So if I just go ahead and the same thing run, okay, I need to print it. So go ahead and print count. So first I will execute this. Next I will see it is coming as 1, right? But suppose if I just go ahead and run second time, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So instead of writing these things, actually it is like, see, there is a different way, but here actually we can do what we can do. Count plus equal. Okay. Now what I want to do, I will just go ahead and print count, or so first I will be running this. Okay. Then go ahead and run this. So you will be sorry. So you will be getting it is 1. Then if I just run it once again, so it is changing. So this is nothing but, okay, this actually people have to understand. This is nothing but one of the assignment operator. And here assignment operator, but we are adding. The same thing actually people can do it with the multiplication. So if you see here, there are so many things. It is like, what is that, plus equal to minus equal to, there are so many things. So here actually I told you, right? So from here onwards actually we'll discuss in the later what is that, in advanced, not advanced, actually after some time. Okay, this will be a little bit complicated to explain, so I need to give some background of it. So this we will be seeing later. And next one, so it is a comparison operator, so I don't want to spend much time on this one also, but I will give few examples. And here and or, okay, this also I will explain. And the next one is. So we'll go first with the comparison, then we will see logical operator. So first I will go ahead and see here. I wanted to compare. So if 1 equivalent to 1, so it says it is true. And suppose if I say a is equal to 1, okay, and b equivalent to 2, okay, and I wanted to check a equivalent to b, so it is just checking, it says no, right? So if a, it is less than b, okay, so a is equal, yeah, so if we just go ahead and it says it is, okay. But what is interesting one is, I will say something like a equivalent to 2, okay, and b equivalent to 2.0, okay. Suppose if I run, okay, I'm running this cell, and I will just go ahead and I will just check a equivalent to b. So if I run this, actually it is true. What it is doing actually, it is going ahead and comparing, right? So whether these two values are same, okay, these two values are whether they are same. So if it is same, actually it is giving it as true. If it is not same, it will give it as false. So if I just make it as 2.1, okay, then what it will do, it will give it as a false. So what do people have to remember in this one, whether it is float or int, actually it doesn't matter, but it is just going and checking the value. If these values are okay, then it will give true, and if this value is not same, it will give it as a false. Okay. But what is important? Okay, there is another way. Okay, I think we will discuss logical operators later. This one we are doing, right? So I will go back to is. Okay, is and the not is. Okay, we will discuss these two first, and then we will go for that. So now what I do is I will make a is equal to, I think before this. Okay, before this. So I will include few more cells. Okay, I will include few more cells. So what I do now here, b equivalent to 2, okay, then b equivalent to 2.0. Okay, so I'm having these two. Now what I want to do is b is, okay, I think not b, this is c. Okay, c is equal. Okay, so go ahead and run this. So b is c. Okay, I will just go ahead and run it. Now what it says, actually it is false. Right? It is telling that actually it is false. So can anybody tell me? Okay, otherwise I think before this I need to do one. Okay, so sorry, Control Z. Okay, so I will insert one more. Okay, I think what I do is B, right? So C equivalent to 2, and I will make D equivalent to 2. Okay, so this is what I'm running now. So now I wanted to insert one more, and I say C is D. Okay, this is what is. Now I just go ahead and it says it is true. Okay, C is D. C is D. That means it is giving true. But suppose if I change, okay, if I change values, so C equivalent to 2, and if I say C equivalent to 2.0, okay, 2.0. Now I run this, and after that I will say C. What is happening here? Wait. So this one, right? So I will insert one more. Okay. Now I will just, it is D. It is D. Now if I say C is D, so it will say it is false, right? Here if you see, actually whenever I use is, okay, whenever I use is, so what is going to happen? It is checking what? It is checking number only, or it is checking something else? Anybody can respond? Hello?
Okay, so we are not getting answers yet. Anyone? Write your answers in chat.
So is operator, it is checking only values, or is it checking something different? Is there anything extra?
C is integer, D is float.
Yeah, so that's why actually we are getting false, right? That is what the answer. Only one answer, or you are getting so many other answers also?
No, sir, Ravi has answered only.
Only Ravi answered. So yeah, that is partially correct. Okay, partially correct. But what we will do is, I will go for two more cells. Okay, so now what I do is CE. Okay, I will go for E equivalent to 2.1. Okay, and F equivalent to 2.1. Okay, 2.1. I run this cell, then I will go here and I will just make E is F. So what would be the answer? Anybody can answer this question. Whether I will be getting true or whether I will be getting false. Any answers?
It is also checking decimal, data type checking,
Yeah, but
zero.
what is the answer? What is the answer? Yes, sir. True or false?
True, sir. Singh is answering true.
Okay. What about others?
True, true, true.
Okay. So I will just go ahead and run it. So what answer we get? So it is false. Okay, I will tell you what is the logic of this one is it will go ahead and check what is the ID of it. Okay, it will just go ahead and check what is the ID of it. Okay, now I will come back here and I wanted to see what is the ID of E. Okay, and I run it. Okay, this is 170, and now I will just go ahead and find out what is ID of F. Okay, so go ahead and run it. So now you see these two IDs are different, right? So it is going to check the ID. Okay, that is what. So as I told you, whenever you are having the float numbers, even though the float number value is same, it is going to allocate a different cell or different memory, right? So you are having different IDs. That's why actually it is giving false. But suppose I'm having the same thing. Okay, so what I do now, I'm just having 2 instead of 2.1. Okay, I'm having p is equal to and f is equal to. I will just go ahead and run it. So it is having the same ID. Now if I check it, it is coming as 2. Okay, so this is about your comparison operators, and sometimes actually we are using to check the ID. Okay, so physically where it is present in the memory. Okay, if that location is same, then it will give true, and if that location is not same, it will give it as false. So I think almost it is 9:30. We will go for the second one, second quiz, and I think by that time we will be ending this session.
Yes, sir. I'll just share the link. Guys, after completing the quiz, do come back. We have an announcement to make.
Hi everyone.
Hello,
Are you done with?
sir.
Hi, hi Shivani. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Uh, Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty much well, sir. Yeah. So I have an announcement, guys. Don't go now. I have just an announcement. So I'll make it, and then we can end this session. Right, Shivani?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, I hope every one of you have completed with the quiz and now here done with the quiz, right? Okay. We'll just wait for one more minute. I think some of you are still there at the quiz. Yeah, hi Raja, and yeah, that's someone with Pokemon Go journey. Okay, great name. Yeah, Ravi, hello. Kashyap, yes, hello, hello. Okay, even I am feeling happy to see you again here in the chat. Okay, so guys, just like one announcement, we are having a free AI ML project. Okay, we are starting it on February 1, that is on Monday. Okay, 8 p.m. is the time, and link for the same would be shared. Shivani, you got the link, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just share over the chat. So yeah, guys, so that project session, it would be like 2 days live project session. It would be completely free. It would be carried out by some industrial expert. Okay, so we will share the link right away. Just give me a moment. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
just
So
a minute.
you'll get yeah. Okay. So you'll get the link in a moment, guys, in the chat. So you can go there, register for it. It would be an amazing like project. Basically, it is a project on breast cancer prediction, actually. So I hope you would like the project. It would be a 2 live session, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, do register for this. You would all love it, guys. Okay. And one more thing, yes, we have taken your feedback positively, guys. And the next essential batch. Okay, before that, so this class today, it was actually our last class for this essential batch. Okay, we are launching the next essential batch on 17th of Feb. Okay, you'd be like getting all the details about it if you register for it. Yes, we have taken your feedback positively, and we are making some changes as per like how we are dealing now, how the course and curriculum are going on. We would do it differently, guys. Do join in the next essential batch. Okay, sir would be there, Shravan sir would be there, but I would be there, even Shivani would be there, but you would get the difference. You would find some difference in the curriculum which we are dealing right now. Okay, so do register for that also. I'm mentioning it again. 17th Feb is the new essential batch that we are launching on. Also, do register for this AIML project, guys. It would be a 2 days project, live project. Okay, it would be on breast cancer prediction. So do join for this too. Okay then, guys. So I'm like I have like said whatever I have to say. I'm done with my announcement. So pretty much it's up to you. So no, it's completely free, Himanshi. It's completely free. Okay, you can register for it and get some insight from it and also improve your skills. Okay. Okay, good then, guys. So I'm just passing it over to Shivani now. So Shivani, you got the baton now, so you can carry on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was great having you guys. I hope you will join in for our AIML project session. Till then, we'll see you then. Till then, good night. Bye bye. Take care.
One second, Shivani. I got some question in the chat. What about certificate? Yes, Akshay, you'll definitely get certificate for that. Also, you'll get badges. Okay, so you will get some badges. You will get certificate for the live project, and also there would be a leaderboard. Like there would be a competition kind of thing. You can win the leaderboard. All these things for free. 2 days live project. Okay, you'll get certificate if you complete it. Also, you'll get some badges from us. Okay. Basically, that was I had to say. Shivani, yeah, carry on, Shivani. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem, sir. Uh, okay,
Uh,
we'll meet.
Rajashekar is asking something. Can you like do answer that, Shivani? Or, okay, let me just say it. Rajashekar, just enroll for it. You'll get the all the detail. Mostly, it would be at the same time, 8 p.m. But to register for it, if there is any change, so you would get notified about it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Should I end the session now?
Yeah, Shivani, sure. And yes,
Okay.
just a moment. Like, thank you, Shravan sir, for being here. Like, it was amazing. We would definitely carry out as we discussed. We will definitely carry out in a different ways. These people are also listening to us, so I'm just like making an open announcement to them, taking into you into confidence.
Yeah. Actually, we will go for the next one. It is purely on the Python, and you can really see the difference. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this
Yes.
time we wanted to give a trailer, but it is not so interesting, right? Yep.
Sure. Yes, sir. Thank you for this, and also, guys, thank you for attending this session. Thank you for being here. Do register for the next essential batch, guys. You'll surely find a difference. Also, register for the AIML project session. You would love it for sure. Okay. Yeah, that was what, Shivani. I'll not take much time of yours and all the people out there waiting in the chat. Yeah, you can carry on and end this session.
Thank you so much, Subrat sir. Also, thank you, Shravan sir, for your time. We had a wonderful essential batch program. Also, guys, we are excited to see you on AIML project part. So do register, and if you still haven't filled up the attendance for today's session, do fill it right now. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Till then, good night. Bye bye. Take care.